Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Polt and Solar on Dusk Towers. In the bottom side of the map, we have the blue Terran player, it is Polt. And in the top side of the map, we have the yellow Zerg player, it is Solar. I love yellow so much, I've always loved yellow in Blizzard games. Ever since I figured out you could choose yellow in multiplayer on Warcraft 2, that was my favorite color. I just like how it makes the units stand out, access them really well, and let's get right on into it. It looks like Solar is saving up for a hatch first here, and yes, Polt, as usual, is going Reaper Expand, or maybe Marine Expand. The only difference is whether he chooses a Reaper to go out or a couple Marines first to play defensively. But I just feel like because he has this here that he will go Reaper Expand because this is a super duper safe expansion place. In the meantime, yes, it is a hatch first here by Solar, just for the fact that this position is really great for getting creep tumors out across the map and creeping all the way across here to your opponent's natural if they let you, or I guess third base if they let you. I assume Polt will not allow that to happen. Polt is really good at harassment, really good at the early stuff, killing those tumors, sending out the Marine hit squads to kill as much of this evil, disgusting, goopy creep stuff as he can. Pull first into Extractor, which tells me that Solar is not planning on getting speed very soon. If you want speed fast, you gotta get that Extractor before the pool. That way, you have enough gas available to get some speedlings out very quickly. But as it stands, he just wants slowlings. He'd maybe want speed available eventually. But this tells me he's likely going to go for more Roach than anything else. We'll see if that turns out to be true. It is a Reaper, indeed, from Polt heading out. Yes, I don't watch these games in advance. Just calling it like I see it, ladies and gentlemen. This Reaper is going to be named Phil. Reaper Phil, as somebody did suggest in the comments in one of my previous videos. Again, if you want to name a future Reaper, let me know in the comments, and you might get it. Dwayne the Reaper Johnson might be my favorite one thus far. That was just really fun. It was hard to say, plus he lived a long time. If you haven't watched that game, holy smokes, go ahead and watch that. That was, come back. It was Neuro versus Goomba on Ruins of Endion. I'll put a link to it in the top right here if I remember to do so. But if not, just go back and look for Neuro versus Goomba. There are a couple of those games, I think, but one of them had a Reaper Expand with a Dwayne the Reaper Johnson that was really fun and a great game to boot. So here it is, Reaper getting those shots on off. Polt doing so well at keeping the Reaper alive. Phil, it's coming out. He's on work release, throwing down Kitty 8 charges, trying to kill some stuff. This does not violate his parole. As you know, Terran parole officers look happily upon killing Zerg and all of their gross minion friends. So Phil's going to back on out a little bit, wait for those combat drugs to heal him up. He's so glad he was given combat drugs, because if not, man, every shot would just be that much closer to his doom. There are no medevacs available at this stage of the game. Oh, nice juke. Great juke by Polt. He might die. Phil, run. Phil, do not run into a queen, Phil. Don't do it. I know you're going to want to. Gets a Zergling kill. Gets his first kill. Reaper Phil still alive. Combat drugs. Healing a butt does take a shot there from the queen. Look out, Reaper Phil. KD8 charge knocking some of those drones. Can he make it off the creep without taking another shot? Yes. Yes, he can. This Reaper control, absolutely insane. Phil is thanking his lucky stars he came into a game with Polt, because I think any other player, he'd be dead. He's going back around. No, that's the juke. The juke. Oh, there's a queen here, though. And no, Phil. Oh, my gosh, Phil's alive. Phil's alive, you guys. All right. So Phil, hopping up on this high ground. He needs that combat drug to heal him beyond 5 hit points, as is the case there. Metabolic boost did complete. Did go for speed there. Once the speedlings are out, Reapers are gone. Like, really, going back in there is a suicide mission. We'll see if Polt intends to send Reaper Phil on a suicide mission or not. Overlord scouts him out, which means speedlings could be showing up at any time now. There they are. Nubadized Carapace also coming up. Run, Reaper Phil, run. 2 kills to his name. Trying to get some more shots off on those filthy Zerglings. Nubadized Carapace on the way for Solar. Just caught a glimpse of that one, which he, I think, is just using for scouting. Yeah, that's pretty good. Sending the Overlord in just to get a quick peek on in. Did see the factory, did see the starport. I think he saw the reactor as well. Did he? Did the Reaper die? No, Reaper's alive. Reaper's alive. He saw the starport, but not the reactor, so he doesn't know about the double pumping medevacs here. Possibly double pumping liberators, but he saw the Marine ball, so I think he assumes it's going to be double drops here. So we will see what Solar has to say about this one. He is getting a Baneling Nest. Interesting. Not going Roach Ravager, but instead going for the Ling Baneling type stuff. Evolution Chamber coming up as well. Reaper Phil still running around, scouting out. And this time, I think, yes, this time he sees the full measure of exactly what Polt is going for. Pushing on out here are a couple medevacs. They're going to go ahead and try to drop and murder as many of these Zerg Swarm units as they can. Reaper Phil just hanging out, checking to make sure a quick third or fourth doesn't happen. For Solar, doing his job. He knows going back on that creep is suicide because these Lings are so fast. That's a Ling massacre, though. Yikes. All right, Solar, what you got? Here come the Creep Tumor deaths. A couple Creep Tumors dying. Another one falling there, too. Stimming right on in. Banelings are here, but they're slow. But they are slow. The Lings need to get around the backside. And couple Marine kills there, but nice job picking them up and getting them out by Polt. He did lose 6 Marines in that, but 21 Lings have died thus far. That rhymes. That's why I get those confused sometimes saying Marine and Ling, because in my head they sound the same. Ling, Marine, they rhyme. I don't know. So what you want to do here, I believe it was the player Destiny who popularized the strategy of throwing Lings behind the Marines and then crashing Banelings into them from the front so they can't retreat. The problem is if there are medevacs, that plan kind of goes out the window. Ooh, Overlord snipe. Good job there by Polt, representing Team Envy. But Solar's not doing too bad for himself right now. It's 93 to 78 total supply, 58 to 45 harvesters. Has really been able to macro up fairly strongly to this point. Is on 3 bases. Is getting Aspires, going Ling, Bling, Muta. Don't see that very often in our ZVTs. I'm going to have to say just foregoing Roach Ravager entirely and pretty good against this Marine heavy stuff. Again, forcing the attack back, forcing the attack to abort. Here's a drop in the main base, though. Solar has no units up here. Run, drones. Good job pulling the drones. Did lose a couple workers there. Another attack on over here. Losing a medevac, though. Losing a medevac. Good defense there with the Queens. Queen wants to knock this one down, too, but cannot. So Polt, like I said, been super aggressive, not allowing this creep to push out too far. Although it looks like Solar did replace these ones fairly well, which is an excellent feather in his cap. Centrifugal hooks coming up for Solar. Speed for those Banelings, making them that much more fast, that much faster when it comes to chasing down the Marines. Still not as fast as the Marines, but on creep, it's close. It's closer. Again, Polt just putting pressure on. He's not really super committing here. He's trying to whittle down the Zerg forces, trying to force out more units than Solar wants to make, not allowing him to drone up as hard as he can. It's still 66 drones to 49 SCVs, which is a bit of an issue, but that's okay. APM for these players, 334 average for Polt, 333 average for Solar. Pretty even on that count there. A couple more Marines died. Did not get picked up in time, unfortunately, for Polt. Reaction time just a hair slow. Just a hair slow. That's why I love this game. You could be Polt, you can be a god of Terran, and still slip up a little bit, lose a couple Marines that can make a big difference in the long run. 11 mutas coming out for Solar. Really wants to knock down this medevac count. It's getting a little bit out of control right now. Okay, there are 3. There are 3. Not that many. 1 has already died there. Continued medevac production is kind of something Polt is known for, although right now he's not actually making any. Trying to force a cancel on this hatch. The mutas are here, though. The Marines would rather kill the mutas, that's for sure. Trying to come on in, trying to kill these Marines before they take down the hatchery, and no, they get the hatch. Not a cancel. No cancel from Solar. What absolutely amazing play. The mutas really want to kill that medevac. Kill the medevac. 1 medevac down, and the other one will die. The mutas will chase him down eventually if they feel like it. Solar, what's up? I guess there was a drop back here that had to get shoved away. Medevac does get killed. And a Queen here playing base defense. Queen with 0 kills, but I feel like she's been involved in some very nice defense of her main base. So that 4th base does get replanted. That was a nice job by Polt, though, forcing that cancel. Terran players, if you can do stuff like this, it will lead to a victory in the long run. I promise. Small group of Marines back here all getting healed up. This group of mutas doesn't want to tangle with this many Marines, especially considering they have +1/+1 and stim and combat shield. Yikes. That's a little bit too scary for just 10 or 11 mutas to handle. Marines are so good in the anti-air type thing. Baneling, yeah, Ling Bling Muta here, getting +1 flyer attack, getting +2 carapace, +1 melee attack as well. Might look to take a 5th base if Polt isn't doing any big attacks anytime soon. Might as well get that macro up. So many Marines here. Polt's just going Marine. 11 Marines in production. There's a couple Marauders. Widow Mines too. Good choice going for those Widow Mines. This is, and the Mutas doing the harassment over here. They did take out an add-on before getting chased away by these Marines. And yeah, this is very Heart of the Swarm-esque, I would say. We're seeing a lot of Ling Bling Muta, a lot of Widow Mine play. Widow Mine's especially popular back in the Heart of the Swarm because they were new units and super extra good against Zerg, especially. Splash damage is kind of how Terran makes their money against Zerg. Do they know about this Widow Mine? Oh my gosh, do not run in there, Banelings. Don't. Pretty good. 4 kills there, not as bad as it could have been. For Solar, it's kind of a crapshoot sometimes. Widow Mines sometimes kill like 57 units, and sometimes they only get 2 or 3 and they feel bad about things and reevaluate their lives unless they get destroyed by Lings, as is that case. Solar has a lot of Zerglings. He has 90 total Lings right now, 19 Mutas in the sky. Look at all these Marines, though. Marine count, 84 Marines to 90 Zerglings. Yikes. All right, Baneling hits need to be big for Solar if he's going to do this thing. Banelings are rolling right on in. Good splits, though. Polt with the godlike splits. Absolutely not taking many casualties at all. Going for the Zergling counterattack is Solar, and is that enough to force Polt to come back? I don't know. Lift. Doesn't even have to lift. Look at that Solar. Supply depot wall. Just a beautiful wall. Lings cannot get through. Mutas are going to try to knock a little bit of an opening for the Lings, and there it is. The Lings are inside. Lings with +2/+1, making them very strong indeed, killing a lot of these Marines and these Marauders, forcing the whole army back. Polt forced to come home. He does not want to. Mind you, he doesn't want to, but he has to defend. He's going to go ahead and lose that command center, forcing a cancel. Mutaflog, pretty darn scary too, killing 4 SCVs immediately and then flying on out of there because the whole army came back. But that allows Solar to get a base down here. Allows Solar to replace his Lings, to replace his Banelings. Why are you running past there? There we go. Recognizing what is up. Another Widowmine shot there, getting 2 kills and forcing a liftoff of that medevac that is very low on energy. Muta's trying to fly around and do some more work. Can they? There's nothing here to defend against this. Overseer scouts it out and says, oh, no Widowmines. I thought this was a trap. Nope, there's nothing defending here at all. That is a lot of dead SCVs. 51 to 78 total workers. Down to 48 now. 47. Once again, bringing the army back. These Mutas are keeping Polt in a spot he does not want to be in. And once again, Solar manages to keep Polt off his front door, which is exactly what he needs to do. He's getting Thors now. Is Polt getting +3/+3 here at the 11-minute mark? Terran players, if you can get +3/+3 at 11-12 minutes, you will be like Polt. That's a goal. Make it a goal for yourself. Against Zerg especially, it's so good. Few Baneling hits there, but nothing too incredible. Mutas fly back on in here, absolutely wrecking this. Polt needs to win this now, is what I'm saying. Banelings are crashing, not doing huge amounts of damage, but it's 38 to 78 workers. He needs to win with the army that he has, because I don't think he can really keep up a Solar and macro. Big old Baneling splashes on everything, though, just absolutely decimating that bio ball. Still units down here. The Banelings, can they get any more hits? And no, not really. Good target firing on that count there. Lings trying to come on in, but just a big group of Marines and Marauders here. This base completely getting wrecked, but if anybody can win this game right now, it's Polt. If anybody can win down 40 workers to a Zerg opponent with just a handful of Marines and Marauders and medevacs, it's going to be Polt. Run, drones, run. A lot of drones are dying here, though, whittling down that advantage that Solar has. Can he do it in production? 17 Banelings, +1 Flyer Carapace, and 7 more Mutas. There are already 13. That's going to be a ball of 20 Mutalisks. All these drones, I think, are going to die, but they are drawing the army away from this area, which is where Solar wants to make his money. Losing those 2 hatches hurt, and it hurt a lot. 28 drones killed in the last couple of seconds here, but still 31 to 48. The Muta's being very careful. If they can trap these bio units in here, that'd be a big pickup. Any Widowmines left? No Widowmines left at all. The Banelings trying to get shots. Target fire on everything. Splits on everything. That's a lot of dead Marines. A lot of dead Banelings, too. Are there enough Mutas to clean this up? With some Baneling support, it sure looks like there are, but man, without that, I don't know where Polt goes. Okay, that's it. The Marine ball is totally cleaned up. That's a lot of dead Mutas. 21 Mutas have died. Reinforcing units for Polt, though. Pushing on up. 10 Marines in production. They do have +3/+3. They're so intimidating. Catching maybe a surprise Baneling hit. Nope, target fired and killed far away from those Marines. Pushing up the ramp. And that's it. A GG from Solar. Solar is defeated and Polt is victorious. Once again, an absolutely ridiculous comeback from Polt. Polt, again, we'll take a look at this real quick. He did end up losing only 20. Okay, so lost 29 SCVs, but was down to 31 total workers. His third base was gone. His army was out in the field. They had no support. They didn't have that many reinforcements coming in, but he just made it work. He made it work. In the end, he had 46 Marines, which is actually pretty good. But that's pretty much it. 46 Marines, 2 Marauders, and a Thor. And target firing Banelings. Good splits. I think Solar might have made a bit of a mistake trying to engage that last group of Marines down here, or wherever the heck that was, just with Mutas, because they got absolutely wrecked in that attack. Solar was left with no Mutas. They were all dead eventually at that point. So Great comeback from Polt, just an incredible display of what Terrans are capable of doing, and that's it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.